Hi everyone, welcome back to Happily Booked, the bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. I don't have a quote. We're your hostesses, Brooke and
Beck.
Oh no!
I texted
I know,
you.
you did such a good job. Sorry for all the interference or other noises you might hear. Struggling a tiny bit. Okay, there was something I thought I liked from a book.
Did you get this while you were in Colorado?
No.
No?
I got this. This says...
Oh, I see.
F.D. Roosevelt State Park in Georgia. It says, hike with a slow friend. That's fun. I didn't even realize it said that. I wanted to make a joke because I went on a hike with Katie. And I was going to make a joke. But anyway, she's not slow. Like... She would have thought it was funny. I didn't even make the joke, so it doesn't matter. Now, yeah, we went on a hike more recently, and that's where we went. It's like the largest state park in Georgia, apparently.
Oh, cool.
And I could be wrong, but when I had looked it up, I think it said something along the lines of they have like 400,000 acres or something.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, wow. They've got a lot of stuff. They have hiking, mountain bike trails, horse riding trails. I imagine they have zip lining just because of how big it is, but I didn't actually look. They've got RV camping spots. They got cabins, fishing, like all kinds of things. It was nice, and it's only an hour away.
That's cool.
And one of my friends lives in the town that this is in, and we're actually going to go on a hike together soon because of that. So
nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Anyway, sorry. Also, there's a cat in here.
Yeah, when did she come down here?
She came down when I was coming down because the cat box is down there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
y'all need to put in a little cat door.
We're probably going to. Yeah. Kaylee was here the other day, and I told her, like, literally the day before she came over, and we had, like, a little play date, and I was like, literally yesterday, I put the cat box in the basement because I'm so tired of where it was, and I'm trying to rearrange the furniture in the guest bedroom, and I need to readdress my bookshelves. Brought to you by Duncan.
Go ahead, finish your story.
No,
I got distracted by the Duncan.
It's a pretty little thing. I need to readdress my bookshelves. I don't necessarily need to get rid of a bunch of stuff again, but like my books are all just sort of jumbled. I used to have like all of my favorite authors and genres were together, and then all of my unread books were together, and they were all sorted by genre, and now it's like, it's just a mess.
Chaos.
It's absolutely a mess. Like things are not where they're supposed to be. So I was like, I'm going to use this area where the cat box was. So I put it in the basement, and I also removed a shelf that had it was just like a shelf that had like cat litter and stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
He removed that. I need to bring that stuff down here and like clean the cat box. And and then I'm going to bookshelves are heavy when they have books on them. So I'm going to probably take some books off first and then move the shelves around, and yeah, when they're done, if it looks presentable and worthy of social media,
you'll take a picture.
Maybe I'll take a picture that Becky can put.
Very
not
nice.
here, but probably the next episode or the one following. I don't know. We'll see.
Very nice.
So yeah, she followed me down the stairs. The other cat, he just likes to go outside.
Yeah.
So like that's fine. You know, he goes outside with the dogs. Whatever.
And he doesn't come back in.
And he doesn't come back. He's outside. He's just been staying outside longer and longer. And I'm like, you know what? Good. I love him, but good. I wish Pumpkin's terrified of the outdoors.
Is she?
Yeah, she's so scared.
Look at her.
She'll think she wants to go. I think something's wrong with her eyes. I need to go take her to the
could be
vet.
the pollen.
Maybe. Because she did go outside a couple times. And
she didn't like it?
She doesn't like it. Most of the time she'll just stay by the back door like, wait, I didn't mean it. Please let me in. And meowing and stuff. And
Are you going to leave me out for forever?
A couple of other times she has gone into the yard with us. And like gone around the house to like the front door and meowed, or the carport, the basement door. So she doesn't like it, which is fine. I don't necessarily think I want her long hair outside all the time anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's more just gonna get dirtier easier. Yeah. Just don't want to deal with that. Anyway, we're talking about my cats. She texted me. Becky texted me and was like, "It's your turn to have a quote, by the way." And I was like, "You're right. Good idea. Great. You're awesome."
She sent a laughy face. So I should have known that you weren't going to have a quote.
Well, like, and in this book I'm reading, I swear I highlighted something, but I can't find it now. Or maybe when I was reading, I was kind of into it and like thought, "Oh, that was really funny. Let me remember to come back and save that." And then I never did because I was just like going, you know.
I mean, we don't have to have a quote. She said, "Yes, we do." While she's looking for a quote. Dunkin' has this new flavor latte. It's banana. Y'all, this is better than I thought it was going to be. Emma and I tried it. We saw it and we're like skeptical.
Yeah.
So
I'm scared to try anything else.
We got something smaller.
Yeah.
You know. And we were both like, I wish we had more of this. It needs to be a little sweeter maybe, but lattes aren't usually sweet anyway. So
yeah. I always have to add like extra.
She just jump scared me.
Yeah, it was like, it's what'd you say? You probably said it. I was looking at the book.
It's a banana pudding.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know, you were saying all sorts of crazy things in the text messages.
I
and
know.
I was like, whoa.
Well, not every Dunkin' has the cocoa cloud, and I think they don't.
There was a similar, on the app at least, I couldn't figure it out, but there was something similar in the name. And I was like, maybe it's this, but I didn't want to order it if she didn't want it.
Our Dunkin' doesn't even technically have it anymore, I don't think. But it's still in their computer, so they can ring it up, and they have the ingredients to make it. Mm-hmm. It's basically what we ordered, the caramel ice latte it comes with chocolate cold foam. And that's what makes it. That's why we asked to
There was
chocolate.
something, I had the option to get chocolate cold foam. I could have gotten.
See, I didn't know. And Emma goes, "Well, I'm not going to ask her. We're doing too much.
We're 10 minutes away." Like pressure. Yeah.
I felt like that's why you ordered the hot latte or the hot caramel taste for yourself, because we were doing too much.
I was like, let me go ahead and get mine, and I wasn't even paying attention, I guess, and I accidentally just hit hot, and I've done that before, and I was like, please no, I won't drink that. Please, I'll pay the full price for the other one. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want the hot one.
I think she charged me for some munchkins or something for the additional upcharge. Yeah,
because I think iced is more expensive. How much was that? I can cash out.
No idea. Not worth you cash apping.
Munchkins are pretty cheap, to be honest, so that's good at least. When I was really getting into the iced lattes at Dunkin', and I was doing decaf because I was pregnant, we were in Florida, and I tried, at the time, Dunkin' used to have, one of their signature lattes was a turtle latte, and it was really good. And I liked that one. They don't have it anymore. I love turtle. Because they hate me. But the caramel's good.
They hate us all.
Anyway.
You found a quote, I'm guessing?
Oh, yeah. Is that what we're here for?
Maybe.
Let's see. Yes, I want to see where I want to start.
It's always the problem with a quote.
Yep.
Because you kind of need a little bit of context.
Sometimes, and like, then is it too much, you know? Like,
yeah.
They didn't want me to read
the whole book now.
They want me to read the whole novel. Okay, I'm just going to start here. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go to here. Okay. If he was nearly 30, then he'd probably done even more killing than she had. And from the many scars on his hands and face, it was easy to tell he'd done a lot of clawing. Good to know we're kindred spirits, she said. Different kinds. If Rolf was already used to getting his hands dirty, then trading slaves wasn't a stretch. But he was a filthy pirate. They were Arabin Hamel's assassins, educated, wealthy, refined. Slavery was beneath them. Rolfe gave her that crooked smile. Do you act like this because it's actually in your nature, or is it just because you're afraid of dealing with people? I'm the world's greatest assassin. She lifted her chin. I'm not afraid of anyone. Really? Rolfe asked. Because I'm the world's greatest pirate, and I'm afraid of a great number of people. That's how I've managed to stay alive for so long.
Wow, what is that from?
I feel like you would like this.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's from The Assassin's Blade. We'll go ahead and do our thumbnail because I was going to use this book for it.
Okay.
Messing up audio. Oh, no, you can't see my face. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we're cute. Yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a prequel. You know, we'll get into it in a little bit.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't matter. We'll get into it in a little bit. That was my quote. That was from The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. So, that Faith has wanted me to read. So, here we are. You have... She was looking at me. All I could see was her face. She was just looking at me under the curtain. Creepy.
Good thing you're not reading a creepy book right now.
We'll do hauls after. I know I keep saying that, and it's like, Brooke, get it together with your own planning. Like, you don't even know. So, have you finished anything since we recorded last Monday?
Yes. Unfortunately, I only finished one thing.
Oh, that's good. You
Yeah,
did
but I was
great.
basically done with it the day we had our podcast.
That drives me crazy when I do that.
So I finished History of New York City, a
yeah.
captivating guide to historical events. And the title's actually longer than that, but that's all that's here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was really good. And I know we talked about this last week. And when I was listening to the podcast, I was like, okay, remember to talk about this, because in last week's episode, I said, I really want to know the history of Harlem, because it was mentioned in a previous book as being around in like the late 1600s or the 1700s. Like it's been a part of this country since this country was not even a country yet. And so I was like really curious about how it came to be from its humble beginnings to like one of the most well-known black neighborhoods in America. And in the last 30 minutes of the book, it told me. So I was really excited and I wanted to share it. So everyone knows that we had slavery in the South, and that when after the Civil War, some people who listen that don't live in this country may not know this. We had laws that were called Jim Crow laws. And I think it's been a long time since I've studied it. I think they were named after the person who introduced them into law. That's why they were named after him, I think.
You're probably right.
And,
I am so loud.
And so since black people were free, but they were still mistreated, like they weren't allowed to sit down in a diner with white people. There was a black entrance and a white entrance. They couldn't do their grocery shopping with white people. I actually go to church with a lady who I didn't know she was mixed until like a few weeks ago. She said, yeah, my daddy was a white man. And I said, what? I didn't know that. And he's actually a descendant of one of the white generals, General Lee. No, that's not right. Well, now I done
Regardless, though, any of the generals.
He's a relative of one of the generals.
Wow.
And I have to go back and ask her now because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But he was like a grandson or something, because this was like 1920 or 9. When was she born? She's not that old. 1950s. Maybe he's a great grandson.
Yeah.
And but her mom was black. Her dad was white. She said her dad could go into the front of the store, but her mom had to go in through the back. And I actually still found that amazing, because since her dad is white, was a white man married to a black woman.
Yeah, like at the time, was it allowed?
Yeah, well, it was kind of taboo still.
Yeah.
Like even in the 70s, it was still kind of
like
frowned upon. Like no one really said a whole lot, but you got ugly looks.
Right.
But back then, like in the 40s and 50s, I'm surprised he was not treated as a second class person.
Right.
But anyway, so we had those laws and they were treated differently. So a lot of black people moved up north.
Mm-hmm.
And the irony is they weren't treated a whole lot better. Because the Northerners loved that was a reason to go to war and make us do what they wanted. They loved sitting on their high horse and telling us we were wrong for having slavery. And I'm definitely not saying slavery was okay.
Yeah.
But when the black people moved up north, it said something like 30,000 black people moved up there. And one of the places that they settled was in Harlem. They had real estate agents who were black who helped them find homes. All the white people, these two-faced Northerners, moved out of the towns where the black people moved in because they didn't want to be neighbors with black people. Isn't that wild?
You're just as bad. Like, you're just...
I find that wild.
You think everyone else is the problem, but you too are the problem.
And
oh my gosh.
They mass migrated to Harlem and whites mass exited. So that's how it became a black city. It was like the early 1900s, or not black city, but black, it's because Harlem's in New York, or it's like a suburb or something, whatever.
Right.
But that's how it became like a really
like
well-known black neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
I was so upset. I was like, so you're telling me that the South was wrong for how we treated black people, but you don't want to be their neighbor?
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very hypocritical.
It is.
But anyway, I thought that was interesting. That history book was full of really cool historical knowledge about New York City specifically.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was like super interesting, like
it's a pretty interesting city to focus on.
Yeah, how because it's really a world hub and always has been in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see how they treated, to their credit, they didn't just, mass exit when black people moved up there. They didn't like Irish people who were also white, by the way.
Don't worry, they didn't like anybody who was different from them.
They didn't like the Chinese. So, gosh. The black people weren't alone.
Wild.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But that's the only one I finished.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was
okay
good.
Though. I've had a week sort of like that. Kind of like I have wanted to read, and for multiple reasons, I've just like not had time to read, mm-hmm. or when I did have time, I was so tired, or like I feel like I'm in a bit of a reading slump.
Mm-hmm. Well, I started one, but I DNF'd it.
Yeah.
And I was probably halfway through the week. Not halfway through the book, but halfway through the week when I DNF'd it. And I focused a lot on Deuteronomy. I'm only 4 chapters away from being done with that.
Okay.
But it was...
Yeah, what was it?
I think it should have been 2 separate books.
Is it historical fiction? Or I'm sorry, not necessarily fiction, nonfiction, or
half of it is historical fiction, the other half is current. But they didn't do a good job, in my opinion, of first of all, they didn't connect the 2 stories. They were just 2 completely separate stories. And like in the Butterfly, what was the Specters in the Glass House?
In the Glass House, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She went back in the 1920s and was telling a story, and she brought it into the present. And
right. There was relevance there. They were connected.
There was relevance, and the flip-flopping made sense. You're just reading 4 chapters of one story and then 4 chapters of another. And I don't understand. And I started reading, like, what people had to say about it that had read it. And I was like, no, it's not worth my time because it's not. I was like, well, maybe I should finish it and see if it ever connects.
Right.
And someone said that it doesn't. And so I was like, no.
Yeah.
And it was just annoying.
That's annoying.
So it was called...
It can be worth it if it connects eventually, at least.
Right.
And you can be like, oh, maybe it's a mind-blowing, revelation.
Right. But no.
Yeah.
So it's The Murderer's Maid, a Lizzie Borden novel.
Lizzie Borden.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like super excited about it.
Gasp.
And
our favorite axe murderer.
And Actually, that story was actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't like the modern one, but I was willing to suffer through it if she was going to connect it.
Mm.
She wasn't. The author is Erika Mailman.
Mm.
And for those of you who don't live in America and don't know anything about Lizzie Borden, there's a great poem. Do you know the poem?
I've heard the poem, but I couldn't like recite it.
I watched
Lizzie Borden took an axe
and gave her mother 40 whacks.
Yeah.
And when the job was neatly done, she gave her father 41.
Yep.
So Elizabeth Montgomery, who
Sorry.
I know it's terrible. Elizabeth Montgomery played Lizzie Borden in a movie, and she was the original Samantha from the original Bewitched. Which the remake of the movie with Will Ferrell and Nicole Kidman was really good. But
there's a Lizzie Borden adaptation I watched that I really liked. Sorry, you can continue.
No, go ahead.
It's it had Christina Ricci as
Ricci?
Lizzie Borden.
Christina Ricci?
Yes, sorry. I mean, you know her, but
yes.
But yeah, that was mine. That was my preferred. It was a 2014 film.
I haven't seen. I didn't even
It
know
was
about
good.
it. But Elizabeth Montgomery plays her, and at the end, there are kids playing.
The jump rope.
Yeah, double jump.
Yeah.
And they're jumping to that, and I'm like,
Oh.
that's very sinister.
Yeah. London Bridge is falling down. Like, you know, it's like, what are these songs?
Right. Why are these children saying these things?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Lizzie Borden is a very interesting character in history. And then, like, I watched an actual documentary about it. Apparently, everyone was really convinced that she did it, but they couldn't prove it because I guess they couldn't find the axe. In this book, it's interesting. Having seen the movie and having seen a documentary, there's a part in the book where Lizzie is young and she wants to play with her sister's doll, and her sister won't let her. So she sneaks in her sister's room and gets it out and plays with it. And she gets mad or something and she throws it. And it falls apart. And she didn't want to put it back in the drawer broken. So she goes and throws it in the outhouse so it will never be found. And I thought, because in the movie they allude to that's where she threw the axe.
She's always been cunning.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's always gotten rid of stuff in the outhouse.
Yeah.
They should have dredged the outhouse. I mean, I know this sounds disgusting, but
yeah.
If you really wanted to convict her of double homicide.
Yeah.
And she got to go on to live in the house where she murdered them.
Mm-hmm.
She died there. And, I mean, if she lived to an old age, granted, she probably had to listen to those kids jumping rope outside her door.
Probably.
But
people would hold their children close as they walked by.
Don't worry. They don't have all the money. Yeah. They also talked in this book about her dad being stingy with money, and that's why they lived where they did, because he actually had millions and could have lived in a nice house.
Mm.
But she didn't move when he died, so I'm not sure that would actually be her reason for killing him.
Yeah.
Because I would have sold that house and moved.
Yeah.
If I wanted the money. And since they never proved that she murdered him, she would have been the one to inherit all the money. So, anyway, I thought it was going to be a good book.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
That's sad. I'm sure there's a Lizzie Borden something out there you could read.
Yeah, probably.
That'll help.
I might. I already know what I'm going to read next, but what are you currently reading?
Nope.
I mean, what are you finished
reading?
reading?
I finished one thing.
We're in sync. Last week it was 3 and 3. This week it's 1 and 1.
I was like, oh, I'm trying so hard. I finished Rebellion by Kass Morgan, which is the fourth and final book in the 100 series. When did I finish that? I finished that like a couple days after we recorded, I guess. Yeah. It was good. It was good. It was definitely one of the more intriguing plots of all of the 4 books, because of the cult aspect. Like, there's cult members out and about who are going to try to kidnap us and brainwash us, and like, cults are just crazy.
Yeah,
they're just absolutely crazy. I love a good documentary about.
Yeah.
And I always feel so bad when I say things like this, so I'm really sorry. But when I watch some documentaries regarding people who were tricked into joining a cult, I'm like, it was plainly obvious that that's a cult.
Right?
Like, come on. Like, you just weren't paying attention? I know, I mean, there's many circumstances where people will run to that sort of community not realizing it's a cult.
Right.
But it's like, come on. Come on. Those aren't the exact words I had told Austin last time I watched something with a cult, but I'm not going to say it on the podcast. So I find it fascinating that people fall for things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and this was a very juvenile book series, though. Like, it's not that in-depth.
Right.
There's not a whole lot.
Thankfully, because they do some crazy things on behalf of cult leaders.
Yeah, they can get pretty bad.
Yeah.
But so, like, things happen quick in all of these books, and they're very easy to read and quick and just enjoyable. I enjoyed it. I was pleased with the ending. The ending, although I was pleased with it, it sort of felt a little abrupt. Here, Pumpkin. He wants to go back upstairs. She's like, I hate it down here.
Let me text someone and ask them if they'll let her up.
And yeah, I mean, it ended character dynamics wise. It ended how I wanted, and there were things that went a little unanswered for me just because of how easy of a read they are. Like, they are pretty simple stories to read. Like, you could read them very, very quickly if you just sat down and read them. So there are things that make the TV show a bit better, but for the most part, I really enjoy the show or the books more. In the show, they get sent down, and they have to survive. They have to deal with other people actually still being on Earth, and they thought they were all alone, yada, yada, yada. And then at the same time, back up on their spaceship, they are running out of oxygen. And the chancellor, who's in charge, like, he's like the president of the ship, he has to make a decision, like, there's not enough drop ships for all of us to go to Earth, but, like, we're going to run out of air. Like, we don't even have the technology to make the repairs we need for it to be much more long term. Like, we've either got to go to Earth or we're going to die here. But if we go to Earth, we don't have enough drop ships for the amount of people we have on the ship. So, which is the same thing that's happening in the books. But in the show, something I really thought was awesome was when the chancellor's like, no, we can't leave people on the ship. And they're like, well, what are we going to do? Like, we can't, what do you mean? He's like, buckle up, we're taking the ship down to Earth. And they, like, crash land the gigantic city, spaceship into Earth.
See, that's what I was thinking. Why don't they just do that?
Right. Because it's all or nothing. You're either all going to die or hopefully it works out. But I liked that part in the show. I always thought that was really cool. And you never really know what has happened to the people left in space. You just sort of assume they've all just died from lack of oxygen and are just up there floating around.
Wow.
And I hate that.
Why could... So the drop ships can't return. They just
go? Yeah, they just go. And they don't even land.
Oh.
They just wreck.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, it's literally just like, I'm throwing it to the Earth. Hopefully it catches it fine. Like, it's crazy to me because in these stories, in this world, it's like they've advanced enough to where they can safely live in space for a few centuries, but not advanced enough to repair their ship well enough to stay there if they need to, or not advanced enough to where they weren't thinking in the long term enough that they can land the ships properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting.
And like, why not have ships that can go and come back?
Right.
Because they could
then
have
you
made
can
more
just
than
shuttle
one.
people.
Yeah.
Easy. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in it, but easy. I don't want to leave the planet. Anyway, so yeah, I finished the 100 series. That was really fun. I liked it. Yep, my Bellamy and Clark hopes and dreams came true. Thankfully.
Good.
And yeah, since that's a series I finished, along with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Becky has found little pop quizzes or created them, and she's going to quiz me, not in this episode.
No.
But we will record one after, maybe two, depending, I guess, on how long they are. And in the near future, they'll be popping up. So hopefully they're worth anything. Hopefully I can remember. I was like, man, maybe I should tell her they should be multiple choice because...
I mean, I created them with ChatGPT so I could go back and tell them.
Add multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
We'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine. And if not, you just won't see them. But I hope you do. I think it'll be fun. So that's all I finished. Yeah. Nice slow sip of iced coffee.
Yeah.
Did you say what you were currently reading?
No.
Okay, what
wasn't that part of the show.
Duh. What are you currently reading?
Still just currently reading Deuteronomy. I have 4 chapters left. Said that already. But I'm also still currently reading Secrets in the White House. Secrets of the White House. Got
half the book read still. It's tough when you're so into audiobooks, and then so it's tough to then try to focus on a physical book because you've made it to where you can listen to books.
Right.
You've found the time, and it's not time you can sit there and read a physical book.
And I don't want to DNF it because I'm actually enjoying it.
It sounds
it's not
funny.
A terrible book or anything. I'm not currently reading anything else, but I know what I'm going to start in the morning.
Ooh.
Do you want to know?
I do.
I guess technically, you know what? I'm actually going to save this for the haul portion.
Okay.
So you tell us what you're currently reading, and then
I'm currently reading The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. So Faith has been wanting me to read this series by her, and it's the Throne of Glass series. Mm-hmm. And there's like 8 books in the series.
Oh, wow.
I guess it was 7, because this is actually a prequel book that was written, I don't know if it's after or during the rest of the series, but it's before the series, Throne of Glass. Get out of here. Get out of here.
A little mosquito.
You don't pay rent. You should be outside. So she said that I should start with this. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. And I know I mentioned this prior, but I was like, what if I don't like it, Faith? What is that going to do to our friendship? And she's like, literally, I don't care if you don't like it. It's fine. You're too much, Brooke. She didn't say that, but
she was thinking
she's probably thinking it. So I got it and I started it and I read. So I'm so sorry. Because it's a prequel, it's actually 5 novellas.
Oh.
Set in this world about this assassin.
Okay.
I guess. This is as far as I've gotten in the story. No, but I am in the 3rd novella. I finished the first one, and I feel like I've been in a bit of a reading slump because I was like, I don't want to read this.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I'm feeling the assassin aspect. I don't think I'm feeling that kind of fantasy. Mm-hmm. There's more in the world than just, like, assassins. Like, there's magic and all sorts of other things, but, like, haven't gotten there yet, you know? So I'm like, eh. And I was just sitting there thinking, I do not want to read this. I want to read something else, but I don't know what. I don't know what I want to read. And I put a book poll on my Instagram, which is actually not even relevant to this. It was just going to be the book I read after this. Mm-hmm. And those books were for technically the Buzzword Challenge. And so the book in that poll that won.
There we go. There we go.
All right. I purchased it. So it will be a next week, hopefully, haul. It's not from Amazon. I purchased it from Thrift Books. So it might take 4 to 10 business days. So we'll see. They normally really don't take that long when I order them, luckily. I know they have to say that it could take that long. So I don't know. So I really sat there and I thought, I'm going to have to text Faith and just let her down. But I didn't. I ended up sitting down and reading more of it. Mm-hmm. So the first novella in it is called The Assassin and the Pirate Lord, which is what I quoted from. Mm-hmm. And that one was decent. And then, and they freed her and her assassin partner, co-worker. They were on this mission that they didn't know what they were supposed to be doing, but, they're told basically it's none of their business. They're just supposed to pass the message, whatever. They find out that their assassin master is trading in slaves. And she's like, oh, I don't think so, buddy. We're better than that. And so they free the slaves, and it was really cool. I like a good heist, though. So there was a bit of a heist in there. Love a good heist. So it was good. You don't know what happened to her friend, though. Like, she got beat afterwards for, ruining the business deal and going against her master's orders. Mm-hmm. And then I read The Assassin and the Healer, and that was good as well. She ended up helping a girl who worked in a bar. She was very, she had very poor luck lately. She's trying to escape this really bad city, but she can't afford it. So while she was there, she ended up saving her from being attacked by a group of men, and then tried to teach her some self-defense moves, and then they kind of like bonded a little bit. So then she ended up leaving money with her so she could then escape. So she's doing like really good deeds so far, and like in each story, and I'm like, that I like. Mm-hmm. I like seeing what good deed she's going to do next. Right. So I'm in The Assassin in the Desert right now. Like, it starts in the first one, she starts at this location, and in each one it's like following her journey to get to the end location, which I'm assuming is going to be in the last book. So she had to go to the desert because of the actions in the first book. Like, this is actually her punishment. So she's going to train with some other assassins as punishment. And then she's going to go somewhere else, yada, yada, yada. So I don't know what the good deed is possibly going to be in this book, this novella. But I hope it's good. I did get a little more interested as I kept reading. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I am a little bit more interested. And she's also aging, too. Like, in the first novella, she's actually, like, near the end of her, it's YA, so she's near the end of 16, mm-hmm. and then she's 17, and now she's about to be 18, so she's like going up in age, and that's fun. That's always fun if an author thinks of that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading it. It definitely got more interesting, so we'll see. So I don't know. I don't want to let Faith down. Not that she cares at all, but I don't want to let her down. Yeah. Then I was asking you, I was like, what is that book, that classic book that got a new adaptation? Mm-hmm. I think it's by a Brontë, whatever. Right. And you were like, Wuthering Heights. And I was like, man, okay, yeah. Because I've been saying it everywhere because of the new adaptation. Mm-hmm. But when me and Katie went to Barnes & Noble, they had a whole table with a bunch of different copies. And I was like, man, maybe I should get one. I don't know. What if I read it and really like it? I don't know.
What if you read it and you don't like it?
We just don't want to think about that because it's a classic.
Yeah, but you didn't like Pride and Prejudice.
I
so
know.
There's a chance.
There is. So then I was like, okay, I was finding different copies, and I was like, putting them in the Amazon cart, and I was putting them in my thrift books cart, because I was like, okay,
It's
which
probably
copy?
cheaper on thrift books.
Probably. Well, I want a cover that I like good enough.
Okay.
So it really depends. You never know. And with classics, you have all these different options typically with covers. So I was like looking, and then completely different direction. Okay, there's Wuthering Heights, completely different direction. I started thinking about Dear John by Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if I have that. So I was like, man, because I've read it before.
So you put down the phone.
So I've read it before, and I liked it. It's probably one of the... I haven't read a whole lot by Nicholas Sparks, but it's probably one of my favorites I have read by Nicholas Sparks. That girl is so stupid. So, anyway. And I was thinking, man, maybe I'm in the mood to read something like that. This is weird. So let me go see if I have it. So I went upstairs on my bookshelves that are chaos, mind you. And I'm like, okay, if I had Dear John, it would be right around here in the romancy kind of area / contemporary literary fiction.
But it wasn't there?
Oh, it was there.
Oh.
And you want to know what it was next to? Wuthering Heights.
God was talking to you. He said, wait, Brooke, save
You have
your
it on
money.
your bookshelf. Save Austin's money. Calm down. And I was like, I knew I had this book. I feel like I had another copy of this book. And I think I got rid of it. Because I had two. And I was like, why do I need two? And I don't know what classic I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure it was this, though. So, yeah. I have Wuthering Heights.
That's crazy.
So I took it off the Amazon card.
What a funny story.
What a weird way to get to that. I have
No,
this.
I liked that, though.
Oh,
I
my
bet everyone
gosh.
else enjoys the story, too.
You know. So that reinforces the idea that I need to readdress my bookshelves.
Yeah.
Because if I look at all my books again, I'll know what I have. In theory.
You
And
could
reorganize
make
them.
Remember the old days in the library when you had a catalog? You could do a card
Yes,
catalog.
I could. Oh my gosh. I used to have so many more books too. I used to have a lot. Excuse me. That I was never going to read because I got rid of like 200.
Right. That's a lot of books.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So yeah. That's all I'm reading.
Okay.
The Assassin's Blade.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to read so many other things, but I am like, I just don't know what I want to read.
That was me last week after I DNF'd that one book. I was like, I don't know what I want to read.
I almost DNF'd this book. I really did. I came so close. And I was like, no, read a little bit more, give it a little bit longer, then maybe DNF it. So try a little harder. So.
And you liked it.
I'm liking it. I'm like 40% through. So.
Yay.
Woohoo. Yeah. That's it. Oh, actually, let me see. I had some notes.
Oh.
Let me make sure I covered everything.
I feel like I've rubbed off on you, Brooke.
I did purchase a book on Thrift Books. We talked about that. Didn't tell you what it was. Okay, but it won the poll. If anybody voted on the poll, which only 2 people did.
Oh.
I
mean, I wasn't online a lot last week.
It's okay.
I should be to try to get our numbers up, but
yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
I took a break from everything, like except games on my phone. I didn't play any games.
You got games on your phone?
It's an addiction.
It really is. It's okay.
There's like 3 that I have to play every day.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a game on my computer that actually one of Emma's friends plays this game too. And he asked me about it yesterday. And I was like, man, I haven't been on my computer in a week. That's really bad. Like I edited the podcast and then I just didn't.
That's okay.
Anyway.
If I had a laptop that I was on instead of a desktop, I might be on the computer more because then it would be upstairs with me. But
you don't need that life, Brooke.
I don't. Yeah, I just want to read.
I probably should delete some of these games because I really shouldn't be on my phone like that.
I actually just downloaded a game, kind of a game. It depends on what your definition of a game is.
What'd you download?
It was a cryptogram.
Oh.
Which I actually literally already had this downloaded like 2 years ago and I played it and I ended up
deleting it.
Yeah.
You're hilarious.
But yeah. So
that's fun. That keeps your brain young.
I like games like that, little puzzles. Lord knows we need to keep my brain young. Let's see on my Kindle if there's anything I need to talk about. My notes, I covered everything.
That's crazy.
Covered everything.
Ooh.
Get out of here, mosquito. Why are you even in here? Who let you in? Yeah, no, not much else going on my Kindle either. I want to read something physically, too. That's the thing. I mean, paperback in my hands.
Yeah.
Because a Kindle is physically reading, but...
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I am feeling a bit of like I'm in a reading slump. Because if I wasn't reading The Assassin's Blade, I really don't know what I'd be reading at the moment. There's so many things I want to read, but it's like... I don't know.
Yeah.
If you go through a reading slump, you understand. I don't have this often, but I don't know. I have this on Libby. I've got the ebook and the audiobook.
That's funny.
So, but my ebook version is going to be expiring soon. The loan is going to be expiring soon. I'm like, well, I do have it physically anyway.
So you'll have to do that physically.
Yeah. And, I don't know. I really want to reorganize my bookshelves.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll help me. Pick a book.
Probably.
Yeah. And then I thought about Anne of Green Gables again because I made a little cute Instagram post and I quoted Anne from Anne of Green Gables. And there's just so many quotable moments in that book. And it's just such a good book. I thought, man, I should read Anne of Green Gables again.
Yeah.
I probably won't. Not right now, at least. What's that?
Oh, I'm ready for the haul portion.
Okay. What do you have to haul, Becky?
Hang on to your chair.
Okay. I'll put my iced coffee down.
I had a
I'm scared.
credit on Audible.
Okay.
And at first I was going to get another Caleb Crow book. But instead I got Station 11.
I thought maybe you were going to say that. But I had glimpsed something that was not Station 11, which was smart for you to not be on Station 11. Right. Ah! I hope you love it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
So that's what I'm going to start tomorrow.
I really hope you like it because when I first read it, it was like right from the get-go, it captivated me. I didn't want to stop reading it. It was so fascinating and so like, it's a little post 2020. I guess it is a little like creepy, but it's not really like a scary book. But if like pandemic-y stuff kind of freaks you out, like it could be scary to you. And it was published before 2020, but when you read certain things in that book, you're going to be like, how did she know? How did she know? Because some of the things that happen, it's like, what? That's exactly how people acted.
That's crazy.
So It's a really interesting story. I really hope you like it. I'm so excited. Oh, what if you hate it, though? What's it going to do to our friendship?
You better still like me.
I'll think about it. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Faith said she would still like you if you didn't like this book. So you have to still like me.
Is that what that means?
Yes, that's what that means.
Okay, fine. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah. I hope you like it. It's also very short, too.
Okay.
Well, it is.
Don't worry, I'm going to listen to it on 2.0 probably.
Oh, you might have to slow it down to really
get it.
Get in there. Really feel the moment in the book.
We'll see how
the audiobook is a very good audiobook. It's on Audible. Is that what you said? Yeah, that's a really good version. I listened to that as well. I physically read it and then I listened to it on Audible.
That's funny.
It's really good. Ah, that makes me happy. Maybe I'll reread Stage 11. Oh, that's a good one. Well, I can't haul my book because it's not a surprise, but it's like I don't have it yet, so I may as well wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's it. That's all I got. That's it.
Well, hey, we did pretty good on time.
51. Yeah.
That's pretty good. We got another one to record, so I won't dilly-dally.
No dilly-dallying.
Thank you, as always, Kindred Spirits, for listening. It's wonderful to know that there are so many of you in the world. Please continue to check out the Sideways Sheriff. He is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
All the things.
And, of course, we have merchandise. If you're interested in purchasing anything, just let us know. And I guess that's it. I should say thank you, Miss Tracy, for doing our merchandise for us. And until next time,
just stay happily booked. Bye.
Bye.